Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Got a beer that people have been requesting for me to do since like episode 1, season 1. This is the famous Yuengling traditional lager by America's oldest brewery. They're out of Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Finally in a can, finally, because it always came in a green bottle. Description is more about the brewery than the beer itself. I'm going to be using my Pirate Soul Key West Pilsner glass on this one, and I'll tell you why. So when I was down in Key West last summer, unless you went to an actual beer bar, all the bars had was all the fizzy yellow lagers, and except for Yuengling, was like the only remotely craft beer you could get, and it always comes in a green bottle, so it would always be skunky. So I'm actually looking forward to trying this out of the can, because we know it won't be skunky. That's not to say it's going to be great, though. So, let's get into it. Wow, look at that. I mean, fill up the Pilsner glass perfectly. And it's not a fizzy lager. That is freaking amber, almost orange. I'm surprised it got so much head on there and that it's sticking around. And the head is nice. It's like 2 fingers of, you know, off-white, soapy foam, borderline creamy. It definitely smells like a big macro lager, though. I mean, it just has that smell of just like, you know, just grain. No real hop presence in there. It's kind of a clean smell, you know, rather more neutral than it is bad, but you know, smells like, you know, any other big ass macro lager, I guess you could say. Just there's, as far as I know, I could be wrong. I don't know if this is made with adjuncts or not, but I guess we'll find out in the palate. Cheers. It might be, because the first thing I noticed was like kind of a corn water, almost high fructose corn syrup kind of taste to it. So yeah, but anyways, it's they call this a lager. Depending on who you ask, some sites call it amber lager, some sites call it adjunct lager. It's borderline Bock, the way that it's flavored. It's a little too mild, though, to be a Bock. It's the first thing I noticed is like how, I don't want to say bland, but just mild tasting it is. Very clean tasting, just lager from beginning to end. You would never mistake this for an ale at all. Slightly sweet up front, little touch of bitterness in the middle. Finish is very clean, very mild. Virtually no aftertaste. It's noticeably fizzy in the mouth. I can feel like the little tiny carbonation fizz on my lips and my tongue. So it is kind of like a fizzy lager. It's more like a fizzy copper lager. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm getting big, huge carbonation bubbles still coming up there pretty quick. Almost as if it were like a Hefeweizen or something. I get like a really mild, like, kind of caramel sweetness. You know, it's a very lightly flavored, lightly sweet beer, reminding me a lot of like all those recent pale lagers I've done, like the German ones, the Bomb Lager. This has more flavor than the Bomb Lager for sure, but it's nowhere near like a Sam Adams Boston Lager or a Brooklyn Lager or any kind of like Bock or double Bock or anything like that. It's just a, you know, American macro lager without the nastiness that you get from a Bud Miller or Coors. I just wish it had like more of a lingering flavor, because like, you know, it finishes and my mouth's like totally clean. It's refreshing, sure. Not really the kind of beer I'd think of as a summer beer, but you know, if you absolutely had to drink, you know, a lager, I'd probably go with this one, definitely. It's kind of like one of those best of the worst, or worst of the best, which is how I'm going to grade it. I honestly will give this a thumbs up. I would give this a 6 out of 10. It's you know, it's heads and tails above BMC beers, but I think they could refine the recipe a little bit more, put a little more hop in there, give it like some more genuine flavor. Like I said, there's some kind of malty sweetness, like touch of caramel. That's about it. Kind of a cereal kind of sweetness in there, but it's, you know, it's I don't think they're really going for it, and I don't even think people really consider Yuengling a craft brewery. I mean, you might consider them craft by how small they are, but, you know, they're not trying to be a Victory or a Dogfish Head or, what's Trogs. Trying to think of Pennsylvania breweries. Dogfish Head's in Delaware, not Pennsylvania. Sorry. Yeah, but that being said, if you're in Key West like I was, and you're at the bar and there's nothing else to drink, go for the Yuengling instead of the Bud Light. But you might get sick, as I did. I got sick of it after 3 days, and I was there for 17 days. So, and I'm glad they're putting it in cans now, because the green bottle really turned it into a almost Heineken type thing. So, yeah, 6 out of 10 for Yuengling traditional lager. Thanks to, I forget the person's name who requested this. It's in the box below, so check them out. And we got another lager coming tomorrow. So, thanks for watching this episode. We'll see you next time. Cheers.